Hi everybody, this is video 7, and I want to touch on a few things in this video because, believe it or not, we are actually getting close to the end of the course. There are 2 weeks left. Remember that this is an 8-week course, so it's only half the semester, and there's still quite a bit of things we're going to do in the next 2 weeks, so I just wanted to put it on your radar that we are working against that deadline of October 18th, okay? I've got the syllabus up here on the screen, and I wanted to refer to it just to show you the remaining set of things that we're going to do, some of which are already working on. Again, just to keep keep track of the fact that those all need to be done in the next 2 weeks, right? So I'm encouraging you to budget your time. So here we are right at the beginning of Unit 7, and in this unit, you'll be doing a couple of things. The first is to complete the resume or statement of purpose assignment. So I've been really pleased with what I'm seeing in your first drafts. They look really great. So in this week, you'll be finishing that up with the final round of revisions, and that will complete that project. I do also want to say, not as an ongoing assignment, but just something that I wanted to mention. If you haven't already, take a look at your fellow students' posts in discussion 5, the one about internship and volunteer experiences or opportunities. I was really impressed by how many really great opportunities showed up in that discussion. And it struck me that, for any particular opportunity that somebody posted, there might be a bunch of you who would be interested in that. So again, if you haven't yet, take a quick look through that discussion at everybody else's posts, and take note of any of those, again, internships, volunteer opportunities, etc., that might be useful for you. So I was really happy to see how many great things you guys came up with. Okay, so this week, completing the resume or statement project. There are, in addition to finalizing that project, there are 3 other assignments you will be completing in these next 2 weeks. Okay, so I just want to, again, touch on them here, and there is still another video to come, so I won't go through all the details. But the other thing you're working on this week is the networking assignment. There's already a handout and some materials in the assignment folder. So again, if you haven't looked at that yet, please take a look. What the point of this networking assignment is really to engage with either recent grads or even more sort of distant grads, right? Folks who are sort of a step ahead of you in the process, and to have a conversation with somebody who had your major or was in a similar sort of program as yours, to catch up with them about what they have been doing since they graduated, right? So the ways they have found to apply your degree, or the kinds of entry-level jobs that they've taken, or what their experience has been applying to graduate school, or all the different kinds of things that are part of post-graduation life. So the assignment then is to connect with anybody who, again, has some connection to what you're doing at NEIU and what you want to do next. It can be somebody you know, like a former classmate. I did also put in that assignment folder some lists of recent NEIU grads in many of your majors. You're welcome to use any of those. Those have contact information. So you're probably going to email the person, right? You can call them, but it's probably more likely that you'll use email or contact them through some other means. And then there's a worksheet for you to fill out. So I want you to ask them a few questions and sort of record, not necessarily a digital recording, but either write down or take note of what they say. And you're going to fill out the worksheet with that information. Okay. So try to make it useful and meaningful for you. Try to identify somebody who you think might be able to provide useful information. And then the task is just to sort of submit your account of that conversation. Okay. So that's the networking assignment. Then the final 2 assignments for the course, those will be taking place or due next week, the final week of the course. One is the wiki assignment, and then there is discussion 6. Okay. Again, the information on what you need to do for these is already on D2L. Discussion 6, I think, is pretty straightforward. The wiki assignment is a little bit different, and again, you already have the handout and the link to the wiki. So again, it shouldn't be too complicated, but I'll just introduce it here, and I'll talk about it more next week. There is a wiki, Google Sites a site, essentially, that is dedicated to Anthropology 311 students and sort of the things they've learned and the resources that they've identified, etc. So your assignment is going to be to go onto that wiki and to add to it. Okay, and I have specific instructions on the handout. You're going to, post to a few different areas. You're going to respond to a few different other posts. And it's basically to contribute to this ongoing sort of building of this wiki to provide resources for other students as they come up through this process. Okay, so that will be, again, sort of the final assignment, and then again 6 is the final discussion. So that is our agenda for these next 2 weeks. Please let me know if you have questions, but I think the main thing at this stage in the course is just to pay attention to the timeline on the syllabus, make sure you get those assignments in on time, and then, we'll be ready to wrap up at the end of next week. Okay, have a great rest of the week, and I'll talk to you soon.